Iran's infamous morality police return after 10 months of protests. 10 months after the protests triggered by the custodial death of Masa Amini, Iran's notorious morality police have made a comeback, resuming their vigilant watch over the country's dress code enforcement. Renamed and equipped with body cameras, this controversial force is actively patrolling cities, keenly enforcing the mandatory hijab laws. Saeed Motazar al Mahdi, the spokesman for the Iranian police, has vowed to capture those wearing extraordinary clothing and, quote, still insist on breaking the norms, and those who still insist on breaking the norms. Their oppressive reach has been felt across society, from ordinary women on the streets to even Iranian celebrities. For example, actress Azadeh Samadi was compelled to undergo counseling sessions for her alleged personality disorder after daring to attend a funeral wearing only a cap instead of a hijab. This renewed crackdown by Iran's morality police, or Gashtari Shad, as they're known locally, has sparked widespread criticism. Responding to the situation, the US Special Envoy to Iran voiced concern on Twitter. Quote, concerned by reports that Iran's so-called morality police are again cracking down to enforce mandatory hijab. It seems the regime has learned nothing from the protests. Women and girls everywhere should be allowed to wear whatever they want. The so-called morality police, a throwback to a repressive past, are thus once again at the subject of a heated international debate. So, there is a lot to unpack here. And I included some videos that I think we should watch as an example of the morality police coming back on the streets. And Armin, I've heard that they have been relaunched. Like Gasser Shad, like it's not the first time that they've been relaunched under a new name. I don't know if they officially have a new name, but I've heard that what they're doing now is they're going around in unmarked vans. Because previously you used to know what the morality police vans look like. They had little green stripes on them, right? And apparently now they're just straight up in unmarked vans. And a lot of these patrollers or besiegis are just using like body cameras to help capture people on the street and so forth in a more subtle way, and then use that evidence against them in court and so forth. But what have you heard? Tell me everything that you know and what you've heard about this from the Farsi side of things.
Well, I don't know if I could tell you everything because that its own could be a 2 hour or longer stream, right? But um, I'll give you. I want to show you a video or two video that I just pulled up just to tell you how tense situations are getting. But a lot of people are extremely worried, and now because of this. But there's tensions, there's a lot of tensions, right? So there's tensions and disagreements between people who are against the regime about this, and also there's tensions and disagreements about this with regards to people who are supportive of the regime, right? So the people who are against the regime, they think that some of them believe that, okay, this is a battle that we should be fighting, and this is, the hijab is that represents the Islamic Republic, and we have already won this, and we have the women in Iran are now removing their hijab, and the government is not able to enforce the law, and we should now resist this, just so that they can bring it back. And to have women be able to walk around without hijab is a symbol of people's victory over the government right now, and it displays the government's weakness. But a lot of people also, I'm in the first camp. I think this is very important part of this battle against the government. But a lot of, just to be fair to people, some people think that this is a game by the regime itself. It's a play. They're trying to make the hijab the most important part of this revolution to distract people from, the economy and, the lack of political rights and everything else that they're stealing from the people. I think that's a conspiracy theory. I don't think that's happening here. I think this is actually something that the government is really afraid of itself, right? So to demonstrate what I'm talking about, within the government, pro-government people, there's a major infighting going on. among the religious people. We divide them into pink hardliners and brown hardliners, right? So the pink hardliners, they say like let this go, okay? Let people, this enforcement of Islamic laws is bad for the regime and bad for the Islam. Bad for Islam because it's making a lot of people hate Islam, and it's also it's going to if you try to enforce the hijab laws, which is going to be impossible, you're going to have another massive event happening, and this is just going to be the end of the regime. And some the brown ones, the brown Arzishi people or the hardliners, they're like this bull crap. The whole point of having an Islamic Republic is to have Islamic laws. Who are we if we don't enforce Islamic laws? This is what the martyrs died for. This is why we had a revolution. And if we give up on this, we have given up on the entire reason why we have an Islamic country. So that's I mean, there's so much more detail around that, but I'm not going to talk more because I want to show you some videos.
I also put 2 videos in the show notes.
You put 2 videos? Okay, I thought, oh yeah, you put 2. So I will show you. Let me see if this is the same one that I have. Oh yeah, you have the same one I do, but I'm going to show it on Twitter because it's bigger. Okay, so it's more full screen. All right, this is one of the videos.
Yeah, this one's
so
powerful.
you picked the same video that I did. Okay, so this is just for context. This is a woman. So this is how many women are walking in Iran right now. This is her outfit. I even saw somebody with shorts and crop top, right? Just like
The
showing her
absolute insanity of the bravery is in like I have no words. I have no words. Like yeah. Not only no hijab, but like tank top and shorts. Like that is next level.
And she was like, look at me, and she was like looking at the camera. I'm like, yeah, this is how we're coming out now. Okay, so by the way, this is the Muharram month. It's Ashura Taswa, so we're gonna see the the Gashter coming back, and the anniversary of Mahsa's murder, and this is being the holiest month in Shia calendar. It's happening at the same time. So for people who don't know, a lot of Shia ceremonies are supposed to happen. Ashura Taswa is happening, so the environment is getting in the streets in Iran are getting extremely more religious. So this at the same time happening with girls coming out like this is the tension is through the roof. So a lot of people are scared because the Gashter coming back, the morality pool is coming back right around the anniversary time, at the time that a lot of people might want to have another wave of the revolution coming at the regime. So there's just too much tension between liberal-minded people and religious-minded people, and the government is on edge. Everybody is on edge to see if this is going to be an explosive month or not, or the government. So the government is here's the thing: the government doesn't want to enforce hijab laws right now. The government is being forced to enforce the hijab laws right now because it's more afraid of the religious people's backing stopping than the liberal-minded revolutionary people. So there's 2 movements right now that is becoming anti. We have one big movement, which is the liberal-minded people who are secular-minded people who are against the regime. But because the government is afraid of them toppling the regime, they're giving in to their demands slowly. But that's now creating a new anti-government movement, which is religious based. And the government is more, even though they are less in number, the government is more afraid of them because they are more violent. They are more ready to die. They are also more. They have also more people within the regime itself. So they're also the only base that the regime has left. So if you lose that, you have nobody, right? So that's why it's just like the government is stuck between a rock and a hard place. But look at the intensity of what you're dealing with. You could see the intensity of what you're dealing with just based on this reaction, I think.
Okay, this is
So this is
irrelevant, but this woman looked so beautiful. Her outfit is so cute. She looks like an angel. Like, and then what she does and what she says, I'm like, I love you, girl. You look Like an angel. Okay, let's go. Sorry, I have a crush
Are we
on
gonna
her.
pause? Yeah. Are we gonna? I don't blame you. Are we gonna pause and read, or just go through right through it? You want to
How long is the total
you should read
video?
50 seconds. I think you should pause and read. You
Yeah,
want to read
exactly.
it?
Yeah.
You want to? Okay, I'll pause for you to read.
So the man is saying you insulted the police. She says, "Don't." She's wagging her finger. She says, "Don't try to scare me."
So she's wagging her finger at the police. The police is recording her, and she's not backing down. She's like wagging. She's instead of running away, she's like coming at the police, right? So don't try to scare me. So
I
here's the thing:
stand up for my rights with all of my heart.
yes, and the police reminded her that I'm recording this. So, but she continued.
Remember that. I'm a woman and I will stand forever. I'm not afraid of you or of anyone else.
Okay, so the police, it's not translating what the police is saying. The police is saying, okay, fine. It means fine. No. Actually, the best translation is sure. Like that's what the police is saying, right? So. Okay, so I don't know why it's not translating this part. I think this was on Masih al-Najjar's Twitter account, but this is like an anti-religious part, and that part is not being translated. I think it's unfair. Hold on. That is so unfair. They are trying, whoever is translating this, I think they're trying to be mindful of some people's religious sensitivities, because the part that was not translated was anti-religious. This is making me angry. Who did this?
Well, what did she say?
So he said, you're walking like this in front of like an Imam Hussein, I don't know, something, and this, you are trying to break taboo, like something, you're like you're doing this on purpose to break taboos or something like that. Let me listen to it again. Like you're doing this on purpose in front of Imam Hussein's something. I don't know exactly what. Tesla maybe could tell me exactly what, something about Imam Hussein, right? Some religious event or some religious building or something, right? And you're doing this on purpose as a way to fight against holy things, right? And she came back and says, who the F is a Hussein? Who the hell is Imam Hussein? Like basically saying, shut up with your Hussein. This is the brave part. And they censor, look at even the people who are anti-government, they are more scared than this woman, because they're saying this woman is brave, but the part that she's talking about, I'm standing for my rights, that has become normalized.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many women already saying that. The actual brave part of what she's saying is the part that this video did not see fit to translate. Look how taboo what she's saying is. It's so taboo that the video decided not to include it. And that is actually, that is such a disservice to her, to her bravery. Look, she's saying, who the hell is Imam Hussein? She's saying that in front of the camera in Iran. That is the most taboo thing. None of what she said about hijab is as taboo as the part that they decided not to translate.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. This is a better translation. Hussein who?
I love
That's
that.
what he's saying. He said, who the hell is Hussein? Like, basically, go F yourself with your Hussein. That's what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I am so angry that they didn't include that part. That was the most important part of this video.
The days of being afraid of you are over.
But look, but look, She is not afraid, but you are afraid. The person who translated this video and posted this video, you are afraid. You are a coward because you did this. You're like for an audience that is living in a safe place. She's taking all the pressure and all the. She was arrested. She was made to do a forced confession. She's bearing all the cost, and you are not even brave enough to actually say what she's standing for.
بیا آقا بیا اینجا.
She said, "You garbage person."
Shame on you.
نه من اصلا قرار نیست شما رو هدایت کنم. نه.
Okay, so see, I see what the guy was talking about. You see the place that she was walking without hijab. You see that in the background? I think it's a Hosseiniya or something. Look,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So see, that's what the guy was talking about. You see this mosque, and these are the red flags, and this says Ya Hussein over here, right? So I think this might be a Hosseiniya or something like that. So she was walking like this in front of this. That's what the guy was talking about, even though it wasn't in the translation. Okay, so the guy is like, I'm not here to guide you towards the right path. You are just a criminal. Like, I'm just here to just document that you're a criminal.
And I won't listen to a criminal.
Yeah, like you're a criminal. I'm not going to listen. So the woman is saying, why am I a criminal? What laws have I broken? So it's not translating what the man is saying. The man is citing the law that she's broken. So he's citing the law that is the hijab law, and he's citing it. And then the woman is saying what? The translation is wrong. This is making me angry. Okay, in what religion? So it's like he's saying, based on what law I'm a criminal? In what religion I'm a criminal? So it's just pointing. It's not complete. The translation is not complete. Saying I'm an adult. I'm an adult human being. That's what she's saying. It's like I make my own decisions for my life. Like I choose what to wear, and the rest is none of your business. Okay, so I do want to mention that as this video was taken to demonstrate something, but it's doing the opposite. So the video was taken to demonstrate that we're out there and we're after you. Okay, but she in previous times, she used to be, women like this used to be just thrown in a van and being attacked, physically attacked, right? And we still have, that is still happening, and I will show a video of that. But the fact that these brave women come and display such bravery in front of a police, it's actually doing the opposite. It's not having, because the video was taken to scare people, but the video is encouraging people to stand up and be brave and not, because people feel shame that why, if she is this brave to stand up for her rights, why should I cower away? So the videos that the police is recording and trying to spread to scare people, it's having the opposite effect, right? But there's a lot of religious people that are now calling out excessive behavior of the police, that people who are sympathetic to the regime, and they're saying that you need to cut this crap out, and that is showing a divide within religious people and the pro-government people as well. And there's specifically a statement came out of Qom from high religious people, and they were like, this,
yeah, I sent that to you.
Yeah, they were saying that just enforcing these hijab laws are against Islam. That's what they were saying. That's how far it's going. And this is coming from the highest religious authority in the land. And they were referring to scenes like this. Let me show you another video. Did you see this
Oh,
video?
jeez. No,
So
I
this
don't. I
was
don't.
this was recorded very shortly close to them announcing that Gashter Shard was coming, the morality police was coming back, right? So this is, so again, male police officers are not supposed to touch women. So to force an arrest on a woman, they need to have a female enforcement officer, and this is what's happening here. So this is a woman without hijab, and this is a Gashter Shad lady that is trying to arrest her or something. Yeah.
23 تیر ماه دارم میگیرم.
Look at that again.
دیشا خیابون 33 امروز روز 23 تیر ماه دارم میگیرم.
So that was that. And then you had another video that you wanted us to watch? Or no?
Yeah, well, first I wanted to say that the woman whose video that we watched a second ago, where she's telling off the police officers, her name reportedly is Parmida Shabazi. And there's also reports that the security forces raided her home, abducted her,
Yes.
and she was made to do a forced confession. Is that correct?
She was made to do a forced confession, yes. But nobody believes those forced confessions anymore. They're so ridiculous. Like they arrest people who are so aggressively against regime or Islamic values, and they put them in front of TV. Like, I believe that hijab is a good thing, and the state has the right. I made a mistake. Like, who are you fooling? Do you
It's not
really
about
like?
people believing it. It's about showing dominance. It's about showing
Yes.
totalitarian control. It's about sowing terror. That's what it's about. I mean, because they put people on TV doing forced confessions with the signs of torture visible on their bodies nowadays. They stopped caring. They used to at least
Good
try to
point.
make it look nice. No, now they just do it when it's like clearly this person has been visibly tortured before doing this forced confession. They don't give an F anymore. There's no pretense. It's literally just a show of force.
Yes, Eric. No, I've never shared that video before. That's a very recent video. You know, that is very recent. I've never that video that I showed you is completely new. I'm sure of that. So no, I haven't shared that.
So what
Yeah.
happened? This is a video from the north of Iran in a city called Rasht, and what had happened was reportedly is that there were 3 women who were attempted to be arrested by the Gashar Shad, and but citizens intervened. And there are some reports saying that they actually stopped the girls from being arrested. And then after news of that broke out, there was a huge protest in the city center against the morality police coming back. So I just wanted to show how this is very, very recent. I want to just show how large this crowd is.
Okay.
دنیا ببینید، باید دنیا ببینید اینا چه حرام زده.
So the guy is saying the world has to see. The world has to see.
How large do you think this is? There's a minimum of like 500 people here, like maybe even more.
Yeah, I don't know. They just
the caption doesn't give any details, but it's a massive, massive crowd. So it just goes to show like what the public sentiment is like, right? It's like immediately as soon as you're trying to implement this again in our city, we're going to fight back.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it will work though. I think it's like this is just a show for the religious people because they are angry. Like I think the regime knows that there's no way to undo this. Like the hijab, the mandatory hijab is going to go away. They have lost this battle. But they just want to make it effort for religious people to see so that they don't become anti-religious, and they want to document every single person that they abuse and harass they want to make it sure that the religious people see, so that they're the pro-government religious people see it, so that their sadistic nature is satisfied, so that they could leave the regime alone. You know what I mean? Just like the executions. So the religious pro-government people, they were demanding the executions of all the people that, thousands of people, right? And they executed 4 people, and their thirst for blood was satisfied, and those demands became less and less just by 4. They wanted thousands, they got 4, right? So the regime, I think that they want to play the same game. They're like, let's just give them something and record the crap out of it and just put it on social media, so they see we're doing something, so that maybe they just shut up about it at some point. Yeah. So yeah, you have some comments that you highlighted.
We have a comment from Tesla June that has made me laugh. He was saying, also, we congratulate the death of Hussein to all friends in the Atheist Republic. Guys, congratulations on the death of Imam Hussein.
Yes.
And
by the way, this is why, can I mention something?
Mm-hmm.
This is why I don't wear black. So remember, during Muharram, during the days that was close to Hussein's death, and other days that Shias remember the death of their holy people, they tend to wear black. And I usually wear black, but during these days, wearing black is seen as a support for the government's ideology. So even though I usually wear black, I've been warned also to be careful about this, right? Because we don't want, and people in Iran have been encouraged to wear colorful shirts, like unlike when Shias wear black during these days. So, and them wearing black has been seen as a the government uses that as a vote of approval, right? So, for example, you ask the regime, pro-regime people, that why don't you have a referendum if you are so confident that because they constantly say the people of Iran are in support of the regime, and they ask for like they say, like, okay, well, if you're so confident, just have a referendum. And like they say, we don't need a referendum. Just look at how many people wear black during these days, or how many people march to during Arba'in, how many people go for a march. Look at the number of people that show up in the streets, or look at how many people show up for Qasem Soleimani's death. But that's stupid, because even if they are a minority, if when they show up, all of them show when a decent number of, like, even if you're 10% of the country, if 1% or like 10% of that 10% shows up in the streets, that will be a huge number. That would like occupy the entirety of the streets. So that's not a good way to figure out what people's sentiments are, like who has more numbers behind them. So given that they use what people's clothes as a sign that their ideology is popular, a lot of people are like, well, don't support that. Even some religious people who are secular in mind, like they're anti-regime but they're religious personally, but they're secular, for like they have a secular mindset for the government, usually wear black during these days. But it's like, if they're using my religiosity as a way to support this regime, I'm not going to wear black. I see some of them actually wear like bright red, which I don't have a bright red shirt, but I've ordered one for Ashura and Tasua, just to make sure that at least in those 2 days, those are the 2 most significant days, that I have red shirts, because there's no way to show the most anti-red, anti-black you could wear is red, which is also the color of Yazid during Karbala. So we're wearing his colors. We're wearing Yazid colors in
hashtag Yazid was right. Hashtag Team Yazid.
Team Yazid. Hashtag Yazid did nothing wrong. So, which I haven't. By the way, for people who don't know, Hussein is like the most holy celebrated man in Shia Islam, and these Ashura, which is during the month of Muharram, is the day that he was killed by Yazid. Yazid was the supposedly evil guy that killed him, and Yazid is like the in Shia Islam the most hated name, more than the devil himself, more than anything else, right? So we have a show on our Persian channel. We're going to have a show on Atheist Republic Persian channel, defending Yazid during the Battle of Karbala, and saying that why he was right to kill Hussein. Hussein was rebelling against a peaceful government, and if he ruled like anything like his father, which he seemed he would have brought chaos and misery to the society. So to crush that rebellion was something good that Yazid did. It was something that brought more peace and prosperity. So yeah. Anyways, I'm talking for too long. So sorry.
So we have a few super chats. Asian American is saying, should there be Quran burning emojis or apps? Something tells me that would never be allowed in the Google Marketplace or Apple Play Store, but Kenny also gave us €5 with no caption. Thank you very much, Kenny. And Ramin also gave us a few Turkish lira and said, Happy Ashura, everyone.
Happy Ashura. Ashura Mubarak.
Ashura Mubarak.
I'm going to use that. Ashura Mubarak. Ashura Mubarak. Okay.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I remember saying that to you once, and you're like, Susanna, Ashura is not something that's like a happy holiday. I'm like, yeah, that's the point.
Yes.
So Armin, just a heads up for this next news, on the news article, when you put it up on the screen, do not scroll down.
Oh my God, I am scrolling down right now.
Well, don't.
Okay. I'm gonna get you to be on full screen before we got another super chat. Mustafa just burned a Quran. There you go, Quran.
This is how. Thank you for the super chat, Mustafa. This is how you burn the Quran in emojis.